We live in a sea of subtle energies. We need to become aware of them and learn to use them. Ancient cultures understood that we live in a vast sea of energy. They understood that the planets and stars are sentient beings that communicate with each other. They believed that the trees served as antennas, which allowed the natural subtle energies and the information flow from the Earth to the stars and planets and all other celestial bodies to the Earth. They taught that everything and every being is conscious and channel this energy according to their capabilities to facilitate this essential cosmic dialogue. In fact, they understood that all matter, including the physical body, is a gathering of this energy of the universe. They knew that our thoughts and emotions are a form of energy, and that when they are in harmony with the energy field of the life of the universe, we become clean channels. So the force of life on Earth and the cosmos flows through us more smoothly and abundantly, guiding our evolution as new perspectives are revealed and advanced skills are awakened within us. These skills include extreme creativity, extrasensory perception and ability to perform physical healing. Shamans learn to feel, perceive and use this energy without filtering and distortion. They often refer to this process as becoming a hollow bone. We transmit and receive energy. This universal sea of energy is called Ki in China and Prana in India. It circulates through our bodies, interact with the electromagnetic spectrum and includes other subtle energies not yet understood by Western science. 1. It is the basis for the practice of acupuncture, where fine needles are used to unlock the flow of vital energy through the body's meridians. It is the inner strength that advanced martial artists cultivate and direct out. American Southwest Hopi Kashina use the term to describe the world of subtle energies. They perform rituals and ceremonies to interact with the Kashina to attract rain for their crops, receive healing and other benefits. The Dogon people of Africa called the channel through which the earth energy projects through us in Biwali. They call the channel through which we receive Inu of cosmos energies. The Dogon believe it is our responsibility as human beings to become clean channels, facilitating the flow of cosmic energies, rather than interfere with or hinder them. Although Western medicine limits its focus on electromagnetic energy, it recognizes that the functions of the human body are like a two-way antenna. Doctors use tools such as ECG electrocardiogram and EEG electroencephalogram to determine whether a patient is still alive by measuring the power being transmitted by the patient's body. They understand that our bodies receive information from electromagnetic fields in our environment to regulate the circadian rhythm, as are cycles of sleep and wakefulness. 2. Scientific studies indicate that the spinal cord contains cerebrospinal fluid which is conductive, acts as a natural DNA antenna and acts as a fractal antenna, capable of operating in many different frequencies simultaneously. 3. It is also interesting to note that the Army USA has shown that trees work remarkably good as antennas for wireless communication and used for this purpose during the Vietnam War. 4. 7.83 Hz. The Earth and the cosmos, they exchange energy and information. Post 04-16-2 Nikola Tesla, physicist born in Croatia whose inventions laid the foundation for modern use of electricity and wireless technologies, such as alternating current, radio, X-ray, radar and remote, discovered that the Earth receives, stores and transmits energy. In 1899 he built a laboratory in Colorado Springs at the summit of Pike Peak, a site considered sacred by the Hopi and Ute Indians. While performing experiments he detected extremely low-frequency ELF electromagnetic energy waves being transmitted naturally between the Earth's surface and the ionosphere, 80 kilometers above the Earth. He found that within these ELF waves, those that vibrate at about 8 cycles per second 8 Hz, flowed more smoothly between the Earth and the ionosphere, with less resistance and greater amplitude strength or power. 5. He believed it was possible to use this innate frequency of about 8 Hz, as a carrier to transmit information and wireless power anywhere in the world. 6. Tesla was deeply interested in preserving the Earth's natural resources for future generations. He spoke earnestly of the need to discontinue the use of fossil fuel as an energy source. Their goal was to enjoy the very workings of nature using natural and renewable storage battery that exists between the Earth and the ionosphere. 7. He was unable to obtain sufficient financing to complete projects involving wireless transmission. However, your idea of wireless information transmission led to the invention of both AM and FM radio. 8. Tesla also said that during his time at Pikes Peak, recorded radio waves were being emitted from the cosmos to Earth. Countries around the world now use radio waves to analyze the composition of stars and planets. 9. In 1952, a physicist called Schumann measured the resonant frequency of the Earth's cavity and the ionosphere as more specifically 7.83 Hz. Tesla confirming the calculations approximately 8 Hz. Earth transmits and receives a measurable frequency energy that surrounds all life on this planet. It was discovered that the human brain while in a deep state of meditation reduces its oscillations of brain waves to harmonize with the frequency of Earth resonance. Note: light is invincible. The frequency of the Earth from the 90s have risen sharply, the last measurement indicated 13 Hz. Related articles: what is the Schumann resonance frequency? We walked in tune with the cosmic energy dialogue, adjusting frequency of our brain waves. Post 04-16-3 M. Shamanic traditions. Drums have long been used to produce rhythmic vibrations that help the shaman to tune your mind with the universe energy field. In this altered state of consciousness, shamanic practitioner is able to interact with the non-physical world. He channels and transmits subtle universal energies to help heal themselves and others. It also receives information in the form of images, thoughts, words and ideas communicated to him by guides and ancestors in the spirit world. This shamanic tradition was studied by EEG tests. The results showed that the pattern of brain waves of patients decreased state 4 theta 10. The state is achieved when the brain waves transmitted most begin to oscillate at a frequency of 4-8 cycles per second, 4-8 Hz. EEG studies in regular meditators have revealed that they also enter this theta state during periods of deep meditation. 11. Those who practice a consistent meditation routine report often experience a change in their awareness of the surrounding energies, sudden realizations, colorful visions, new skills and emotional and physical healing. They also report that the more often meditate, the easier it is to access this altered state. Tesla was aware of this universe of energy field. In his article The Greater Man Conquest, he used Vedic terms as prana and akasha to describe this field, from which is generated all perceptible matter. He said he has accumulated many of his ideas while alone in deep meditation. 12. Was called a sensitive receptor and reported having visions and received premonitions, including one that helped him keep his friends embark on a train after fell. 13. He revealed that he had a photographic memory and described the display of his inventions in such detail that could operate the device in your mind, then make improvements in it, providing precise and accurate measurements without even drawing a sketch. 14. A shamanic practitioner explained that all we continuously receive and transmit energy and information through the subtle universal field. However, we spend much of our time in the state of higher brain waves in the beta frequency 15-30 Hz associated with alertness, logic, critical thinking and stress. This distracts us from the subtle energies and inhibits the flow of energy of life through our body. We could compare to have our self-radio tuned to the same station all the time, not knowing that we can change the station. Adjust your brain waves to the natural frequency of the Earth as to turn the dial of your radio to a new station. When tuned, we receive more life force and information of the universe. At this frequency, we also transmit energy to the benefit of constructive interference. This term used in physics describes the increase in amplitude strength or power that occurs when two waves of the same frequency meet. When our brain waves harmonize with the natural frequency of the planet, our intentions are transmitted to Earth of force with them, giving them much more power and direction. New skills are awakening within us. In a previous article, Your Cells Are Listening: How to Talk with Your Body Helps in Their Healing, I wrote about an amazing ability that aroused in me after several months of dedicated meditation. That was the ability to talk to my body through words and receive physical responses. As I spoke to my leg where I was experiencing severe pain and partial paralysis caused by a condition called reflex sympathetic dystrophy, I suddenly felt the healing happening in the tissue under my skin, nerves moving and energy flowing along the defined paths of my calf. My calf muscles began to perform flexion and extension exercises independently of my conscious control. They continued to shoot in the area such as electric shocks. After a series of conversations with my leg, I was able to completely restore the function of the muscles. Realizing the full potential of this technique, mind and body, I organized my approach in a system that I could teach customers, calling Antara Sanskrit inside. Related article: How Our Thoughts Control Our DNA. Experiences that found in our life and how we process they determine how our channels body the universal energy. Kidron Mark Sterling Lau communicate with different tissues of my body. It was clear that changes in tissue called fascia were responsible for tension and healing that happened in the tissue, releasing invaded nerves, unblocking the acupuncture channels and allowing the communication was restored between my nerves and my muscles. The fascial network is a three-dimensional network, thin, very strong biological tissue containing many layers that surround and infuse all other tissues in the body. Providing integrity and elasticity, fascia keep your organs in place by aligning the spine and joints, allowing mobility. It also provides ways to blood vessels traveling through the nerves and lymph vessels so that nutrients and hormones to be delivered to each cell and toxins are transported and disposed of. The fascia also serves as physical support material for the acupuncture meridian system. The physical trauma can lead to increased tension and the formation of scar tissue within the fascial network. This causes the press to shorten and fascia, which can interfere nerves by blocking the flow of blood, lymph and energy, misaligning the spine and joints. Although this technique taught and applied, I have observed that the emotional trauma also plays a role in the fascial tension and scar tissue. According to shamanic belief, physical tissues at the deepest level is a meeting or concentration of emotional energy. All forms of physical life begins with a single emotional impulse. Emotional energy is the lattice in which physical bodies grow. My experience with Antara method suggests that the fascial network in the body is a physical representation of what I call the emotional structure work. Each of us builds our own unique emotional structure within the body that is formed from the energy of both positive and negative emotions. Stress, unresolved trauma and repressed emotions can build a complicated energy lattice containing frequencies that seem to change the tone of the fascia and interfere with the flow of energy. Imagine the fascia as a biological tissue composed of many long strands. Each segment vibrates with the life force in the same way that a guitar string vibrates when waves of energy travel through it. When you stretch a guitar string by twisting the tuning key, it raises the pitch frequency of string vibration. When the tonicity or fascial tension of yarn change, its vibration frequency also changes and the body becomes a tune instrument. This changes the resonance of the body or the range of frequencies that the body naturally channels. Often when communicating with my body, I like to feel very intense sensations happening in my fascia, and every time I was able to release a new line of tension or scar tissue layer, I experienced a vivid dream that night. Dreams involving people, relationships or events of my past, usually those that I did not think long. Occasionally, the dreams were based on primitive fears or life experiences, possibly past rather than anything I have experienced in this life. Customers also report being surprised by unexpected emotions or dreams that come to light when they are practicing Antara. This is true in both cases, both the gradual onset as in a sudden chronic pain. It appears that the energy does not express emotions can compromise the tonicity of the fascia and interfere with normal wound healing following injury. At some point the emotion is trapped within the tissue. The Antara process unfolds the fascia and releases the trapped energy, then the emotion is experienced with it easily flowing out of the body or being brought to the surface where it can be recognized, processed and then released. The newly released fascial topics are reintegrated with the whole, with the fascial network back to work as an orchestra playing in harmony again. The force of life on Earth and the stars flows more easily through the body and the regenerative processes return. Illnesses and injuries are an opportunity to evolve. In shamanic teaching, the disease that does not respond to conventional treatment often indicates a spiritual initiation process that leads to disruption of normal and withdrawing conventional world life. The individual goes through a period of physical, psychological and spiritual trial, where he must feel, understand and integrate the most difficult experiences of his life. In seeking the answers to the mysteries of life and turn to the inside through meditation, new levels of consciousness are achieved. The individual gains freedom of self-imposed restrictions and oppressive environments, both of which can manifest as tension in the fascial network that resists the flow of energy. He realizes that every physical challenge, every emotion and every person who crosses your path is a stimulant to their own development and are able to navigate in life with more inner peace and confidence in the process. With less interference, it begins to channel the vital energy of the universe more freely and discover amazing abilities within. This transformation can take it to a higher purpose or destination he sought to know earlier. He has the opportunity to heal and then share what you have learned, the way toward the inner power of each. The ARCTURIAN method is the result of my own experiences with focused intention during deep meditation. While in a state of brain waves in tune with the natural resonance of the earth, my intentions to communicate with my body are transmitted with greater power and direction. With the support of the earth, the cosmos, and with the cooperation of my physical body, I am able to express a dramatic and profound physical healing. We exist in a living field of universal energy. Each of us can become aware of this field and learn how to better interact with it in order to overcome the challenges and fulfill their highest destinations in life.